Ever find yourself thinking something's gotta change, like you've hit a rut and you feel stuck in some way? Knowing how to rebrand your life can truly be the secret to reinventing yourself and leveling up. By the end of this video, you're gonna know 3 simple steps for reinventing yourself and how to walk into 2026 as your highest self. Because I believe your true self, the God that dwells within, is not confined by any identity or life traits, but instead your true self is always seeking to expand. And I can't remember who it was, but I heard on a podcast a woman say once, I think every woman should reinvent herself every few years, and I felt that in my soul. We are constantly growing if we're open to it, and I've learned that healthy shedding is required for growth. We won't always be the same or want the same things, and not only is that okay, it's beautiful. So let's jump right in. Lao Tzu said, "When I let go of who I am, I become what I might be." And while I love that quote, I think the reinvention girlies focus too much on what we need to shed and not enough on what we need to preserve. And what I found is we need both. So think of it like this. We aren't burning the house down, we're renovating. So start by thinking of rebranding your life as optimizing, not bulldozing. And because I love using the metaphor of life being about the journey and not a destination, let's call this step the optimization step. Let's call this appreciating the driver. So listen up if you're distracted. I'm going to tell you what others won't. You, just as you are good enough. Who you truly are, which I believe is that divine place inside you, is perfect in every way. The real work though is to just stay aligned with your true self. We aren't throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Like I said, we are renovating, not bulldozing. So let me draw out how you can appreciate the driver, so to speak, by optimizing. All right, so let's call this our optimization matrix. All right, and there's 2 sides of this matrix, so let me highlight those for you. On this side, I'm gonna put in red, and this is what we want to release. And this side we have is green, and this is what we're going to preserve. All right, so we're gonna release and preserve. So the 2 types of things we're gonna release or preserve are gonna be external things, so things that are in the world, and internal things, things within ourselves. So let's start with preserve. The things that we're gonna carry forward with us as we reinvent ourselves are gonna be our values and our gifts. Okay, and then on this side, the things that we're going to release, so things that drain us in the world, and within ourselves, we're going to release limitations. Those are things we're going to let go as we move into this new brand of ourselves. So on the preservation side, in the world, we're going to decide what's most important to us and what we're going to take with us to continue striving for in the world. We're going to preserve that, what's important to us. We're also going to preserve our internal gifts, those things I'll tell you about that are unique to us and that are blessings. We are also going to release from the world the things that drain us and release the things within ourselves that limit us. So let me specifically tell you what each of these things are so you can do it for yourself. Okay, so for values, you can think of these things, like I said, are what's most important to you, and these are kind of like your North Star, your guiding star, that compass. So for me, an example, I value spirituality, I value achievement, I value evolution as far as continuing to get better, I value family, I value beauty. All those sorts of things are things that I value and that I'm going to continue to appreciate and weave into my life as I reinvent myself. So think about what's most important to you. If you need help with it, this within my Mod Ambition Planner, I have a values clarification section within the goal planner section. And then of course, if you work with me directly within my Systemize Your Goals Accelerator, I have entire systems to help you do all of these things. This is actually part of my reinvention system. All right, gifts. Let's talk about those, because those are something you definitely want to be continuing moving forward with yourself. And gifts, I like to describe these as pearls that God gives you, or diamonds. Okay. Pearls are those obvious blessings, those things that God gives us that it's pretty clear that these are blessings. You can think of these things like your skills, your talents that God gives you, any privileges that you have in life. These are the pearls. These are those gifts you can think of that are pretty obvious. And in this analogy, like pearls, you just find them, right? And they're already whole. Whereas diamonds require pressure, and these are kind of like hidden blessings, right? Initially, they may not be gems, but under intense pressure, they become diamonds. So those are those things that we go through that end up being our gifts, but start off as maybe tribulation. So there are those things that life gives us that are meant to make us fall, but God uses them to lift us up. So any type of trauma you have survived, I'm not saying that God caused that trauma, but your resilience is a gift. What you had to become to overcome that, the way God used you to survive that, can be looked at as your gift now, because you can share that with other people. You can give your testimony, all those sorts of things. So all those sort of hidden blessings are also gifts. Your resilience, your coping strategies, your strength, all those things that you had to become to be who you are in spite of what you went through are also blessings. So we have our pearls and we have our diamonds. Those are things that we're going to continue to take with us and preserve in this reinvention. Now let's talk about what we're releasing. So drains, these are things that are no longer serving you, and things that are taking more than they're giving. The first thing that comes to mind for me is when I let go of being on Instagram and being on TikTok, not only as a consumer, but also as a creator. It was just draining me and not giving me back. And you might want to be careful with this, because you don't want to give up if you haven't put the hard work and effort in. But in this example of social media, I had put in a lot of time and effort, and it was just never paying off. It was taking more than it was giving to me. So that was something that I decided to let go of and to release. And then we also have our limitations. And those are things that are inside of us that we want to release, like negative beliefs, bad habits, and negative behaviors. So negative beliefs, any scarcity thinking that you might have, fears that you're trying to overcome, bad habits, maybe drinking, maybe you're letting go of alcohol, anything that's limiting you from within. So this is what I call, go back here, our optimization matrix. We want to think about what we're releasing and letting go, but we also want to think about what we're preserving. And like I said, the information that I'm sharing with you is part of my Evolve system that I teach in my Systemize Your Goals Accelerator. If you're interested in working with me to learn how to systemize your goals, be sure to click the link below. Not only will you learn my reinvention system, but you'll also learn my entire framework to reach your goals faster and easier. Okay, now anyone that's ever taken a road trip knows there's more to the journey than just appreciating the driver. You actually have to get in the driver's seat. And not that you need it, but I'm giving you permission to start this journey by dreaming bigger. And I want you to tap into 3 parts of your brain. I'm a neuropsychologist, what can I say? To really tap into this elevated version of yourself. So the first is going to be on the left side of your brain, which is the more verbal and analytical side. I want you to write out the highest version of yourself. If you allowed yourself to fully expand and shine bright unapologetically, who would you be? If you need help with this, I do have prompts for this in my Mod Ambition printable, but in general, just write down who she is. Who is your highest self? How do you want other people to to describe you? What do you want to be known for? And how do you want to show up in this world? And then I also want you to give her a name, like Beyonce has Sasha Fierce. Mine is Imani, which means faith, okay? Then once you've written all this down and gotten that left side of the brain tapped into, I want you to tap into the right side of your brain and make it visual. You can create a personal brand board that embodies everything that you've written down. This is not your typical goal vision board. This board is only about how you want to show up and how you want to be perceived. And it's also helpful to include inspirations of other women that embody what you're striving to be. I'll put up on the screen my most recent personal brand board so you can have an example for yourself. And then finally, I want us to use both sides of the brain, the auditory cortex and the temporal lobe to be exact, if anyone cares, and bring music into the mix. I want you to create a playlist that embodies not only the highest version of yourself, but also your current values and your gifts. This should be a playlist that you can turn on to help motivate you and inspire you along the journey when you need it. Okay, so we have appreciated the driver by optimizing, and we've gotten to the driver's seat by dreaming bigger. Now it's time to drive. Now, of course, if you're going to start driving, you need to decide on the destination, which in this metaphor would be your goals. But I have an entire goal system that I teach, and I'm not going to go into all of that in this video here. But in this video, what I do want to cover is let the new version of yourself do the driving. So here's how. First, I want you to start embodying her, your highest self, now. Show up with passion for the woman you're becoming. Number two is I want you to take action that are directly aligned with who you are becoming. And number three is I want you to practice committed action, which is a term from acceptance and commitment psychology, which means to practice accepting difficult emotions instead of avoiding them. Even if you have to carry negative emotions with you, like discomfort or anxiety, after processing them, still commit to taking actions towards your goals, even if you have to carry those uncomfortable emotions in the background. So you're going to focus less on trying to escape negative emotions and experiences and focus more on moving towards what you do value and want for your life. The more you focus on trying to get rid of the negative, the louder it becomes. So instead, I want you to focus on accepting and processing difficult things so that you don't allow them to stop you from pursuing your highest self. So let me actually draw this out for you. So I hadn't planned on drawing out an ACT matrix, so this is totally impromptu, but I think it will be helpful for you to take committed actions towards embodying your highest self. So this is the ACT matrix from Acceptance and Commitment Therapy. And here, this horizontal line is moving you closer to your values and things that are important to you. And this is moving closer. This is moving further away on this side. And then up here, this top section on both sides, this is external things that you do, like behaviors, and these are your internal experiences down here at the bottom. Now, let's say that you experience some anxiety and shyness and worry about putting yourself out there. So let's say your highest self, part of that wants to, start creating content, right? But you have anxiety about showing up online, right? To avoid this anxiety and not process it, you may do things like postpone starting. These are all things that are moving you further away and that you're doing to avoid this anxiety. You may just play small, like maybe you'll only do things that don't show your face, or maybe you're only blogging, things that you don't really align with you and you want to do more, but you're just afraid. So you might be playing small, dimming your light. What else might you do to avoid this anxiety? You might even drink. Every time you think about this as an extreme example, but you might, drink alcohol, let's say. I want you, instead of doing things to avoid this anxiety, which are moving you further away from what you really want, I want you to process that anxiety and maybe even carry it with you. Now, you might say, well, that sounds like a lot easier said than done, but it's not really about trying to get rid of this anxiety. You may have to do it scared. You may have to turn on that camera when you're tired or you're anxious or whatever the feeling it is, but you're still going to do it because you have committed to actions that are moving you closer closer to who you want to be, okay? So there's a lot of analogies in ACT that help explain this, but let's say that you have a beach ball at the beach. You don't want this ball next to you and you're in the ocean, and so you keep trying to push it down and it just pops up higher. You just keep trying to push it down and it pops up higher, and you end up spending your whole beach day trying to press this ball down. What if instead you just let the ball be, like you accepted that it was there and you just enjoyed your day? Maybe it comes and bumps into you every now and then, but you still get to enjoy your beach day even though it's there. That's kind of what these negative emotions are. And you'll find that even though it's not the purpose, right, of getting rid of them, accepting them, doing things to process them, deep breathing, you know, whatever it is that you do to cope with, that you learn works for you, they do end up slightly decreasing or even going away, even though that's not the goal. So if you carried it away with you, let's say that you filmed a video anyway, even if you felt anxious, you filmed a reel, let's say, that would probably give you another feeling inside to live with that anxiety. So you're not the only thing you're filming. You might feel proud of yourself. So if you had an emotional experience as a circle and that anxiety was taking up this much of the pie, now you're bringing in another emotional experience. Maybe it's pride. Maybe there's some excitement. Maybe there's some creativity. So your pie is not only filled with anxiety now because you've committed to taking actions to do what it is that's moving you closer to what you value, which is over here, creating content, putting yourself out there. Your emotional experience is filled with more things. So that is committed action. Hadn't planned on going into that all in this video, but hopefully it helps someone. So that's committed action. It can help you show up as your highest self. Now, if you're looking for more help on finishing the year strong and reinventing yourself before 2026, I want you to watch this workshop that I've teed up for you to watch next. And until next time, cheers to planning, manifesting, and enjoying your dream life. Namaste.